Thank you for joining me. Well, we are going to make the most decadent, rich, chocolatey, chocolate chip cookie dough. So today I'm making the cookie dough and I'm going to chill it. Cookie dough is like better if you chill it overnight. I'm pretty sure most people know that. But I'm going to chill it, probably freeze it for a little bit because the cookies that we're making are going to be s'mores cookies. And these are going to be cookies that are going to a bake sale to raise money for a local sanctuary called Only Sunshine Sanctuary. And Only Sunshine has really cute animals. I've been there to play with them. They have goats and they have pigs. And there's like a cow, but I think the cow might live next door. And the goats are the cutest. But the pigs like want belly rubs. It's just a very cute situation. So I tried to schedule this stream in advance. I haven't done a live stream in a super long time, so we'll see how it goes. I scheduled it for Twitch and YouTube, and then when I went to start it, it wouldn't start. I'm doing it through Restream, so I don't know what the issue is. I haven't streamed in a while, so I started a new one. Hopefully we can figure out how to post this later so that when people find the recipe after I post it, which will probably be, I don't know, maybe next week, maybe the week after, then you'll have access to this video so we can do kind of like a bake along. So today is cookie dough. That's step one. Step two is going to be actually making the cookie dough into cookies, and that'll be on Sunday because I want the cookies to be fresh for people who are coming to the event. And the event is not just a bake sale to raise money for Only Sunshine, but it's also a skating event at a skating rink called The Rink, which is in Sacramento. And I will be there skating. But yes, so that's the whole story of these cookies, and I think we should probably get started. I'm going to start my phone filming so that I can use content for Instagram. Okay, this looks good. I don't love that my laptop is going to be in this video, but maybe I can edit that out later, hopefully. Some fancy editing. Okay, so let's see here. I think that the first thing is I wanted to name this, and I don't know how to do it. Maybe here? Oh, yes. Okay. All right. We'll try that. I also can add a thumbnail. So I think I'm just going to do that real quick. Nope. Maybe I cannot. Add channels. Yeah, no. I lost my chance to do the thumbnail thing. And that's okay. I'll try to do that later. Okay. So the first step in these cookies, and I wrote my recipe down, a very legitimate piece of paper here. So the first step is that we are going to take some butter that's been softening, and I'm using this butter because I found it for only $3 at Grocery Outlet. Normally I use Earth Balance, but I usually use the organic one. I think that's okay. I had to start a new one. I could not figure out how to do it, and it had been like 10 minutes since I was supposed to start. So I had to start a new one. I don't know what's going on with Restream. I have another platform that's kind of like Restream that does the simulcasting, and it's called Prism. But if I remember correctly, Prism does a vertical. So I think it's really good for maybe Instagram and TikTok and stuff, but I don't think it's good for YouTube and Twitch, which is what I'm connected to through Restream. So I'm going to have to figure this out if I'm going to be starting to stream again. But yes, I had to start a new one, which means probably no one's going to find me, but I think that's okay. So I'm starting with, it's supposed to be softened. I took this out an hour ago, and it is hot because it's the middle of summer in California. So if this isn't softened by now, like maybe I should have been holding it like a baby. Maybe I should rub it on my hot skin. Anyway, it's okay. That's the thing about margarine, because since margarine is actually by nature softer than butter that's made from animals, you don't really actually have to like start with softened vegan butter the way that people have to start with softened dairy butter. So yeah, so it's not as important, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It just has to whip longer, basically. Take a little more time. Okay, so next is sugar. And I still, to this day, come across people who do not know that not all sugar is vegan. So we're just going to have a quick little talk about it. And for those of you who already know, I'm sorry, ignore me, skip this part. Basically, if your sugar says organic, you're good. So if you live in the United States, pick organic sugar always, because then you know for sure that it's vegan. Otherwise, look for the word vegan on it. That's a good way. And if you want to know some other hacks about it, I have a blog post about vegan powdered sugar, and all the rules are the same. Pichu, hi. I make chocolate milk using the oat milk and this fair trade vegan cocoa powder I found at Rayleigh's named Natiara. Natiara? I don't know how to pronounce that. I have never heard of that. I actually need to go to a Rayleigh's because Rayleigh's has just mayo, and I am in need of mayo right now. I got a bunch at Grocery Outlet like a year ago, and I've been going through it, but the one that I have in my fridge right now has soy in it, and I am on a low nickel diet, which means I can't have soy. So the Just Mayo brand does not have any soy in it. So I need to go to Rayleigh's and get that. And I think it's very cool that they have a fair trade vegan cocoa powder there. Good for Rayleigh's. You like the Follow Your Heart mayo. So I usually used to use the Follow Your Heart mayo, but I am trying to boycott Follow Your Heart at the moment, and have been for a little bit. So that's why I'm going with Just Mayo. I like Follow Your Heart because they have an organic one, which is important to me. Okay, so next I'm adding sugar. I'm going to do 200 grams. So just kidding. I'm going to do 400 grams, which is 2 cups of sugar because cookies have a lot of sugar apparently. Okay, let's move this over here so you can see what's going on. It's hard for me to get an angle where you can see what I'm doing, but also see me. Okay, so I have this on a scale. So instead of using measuring cups, I'm just weighing it. 281. Oh no, I went too far. That's okay though, because I'm just gonna spoon it back into the bag. Oh, and I also started doing this thing where, so if you buy things that come in bags like this, you can reuse them. If you have a dog and they poop and you have to pick up the poop, then you can reuse this bag for that. I've been doing that lately. I've been getting very creative with trying to save money. And that is one way, because poop bags are like 10 cents each, 11 cents each for the compostable ones. And I always get the compostable ones. You get Hellmann's mayo. Is that legal? That is a big corporation. They are probably evil. Hellmann's and Best Foods are owned by the same company, and they're a big company. I prefer to support a small company if I can, but if that's all that I could get, then obviously you should get that if that's all you have access to. Okay, so the sugar has been added. What did Follow Your Heart do? Follow Your Heart is, there's this, I don't know a lot about politics because I don't really follow politics because it makes me sad, but there's a war going on between Israel and Palestine, I think, and Israel is killing a lot of people, and I don't approve of killing a lot of people. I approve of killing some people, maybe, like certain people, like maybe orange-faced people. But in general, I'm like not into murder and killing. And Follow Your Heart donated money to Israel for weapons for that situation. So I kind of stopped supporting them. No notification. I'm the worst. I'm sorry, Michael. I don't know how to do anything anymore. You need to reteach me how to use the internet, please. I'm going to try to get better. But I'm glad you're here. And we're making chocolate things, which I know that you approve of. Okay, so I'm doing 8 grams of vanilla, which is 2 teaspoons. This is my vanilla. It's good shit. The worst, I have some complaints about vanilla. Every time I pour vanilla, it like dribbles down the whole side. I feel like they need a spout or something. Does anybody else have this problem, or is it just me? It can't just be me. I mean, I know I'm clumsy, but like I've tried very hard. Like it's dripping right now. You can see it dripping. Do you see the big drip? Yeah, big drip, just like that. Okay. It was Israel and Iran last week, full-on war. They called a ceasefire. Did they call it and then go by it? Or did they, like, how does that work? Because I feel like some people call a ceasefire and then don't hold up their end of the bargain, which I don't love. Okay, so those are all the ingredients that go into the mixing bowl right now. And so I'm gonna put it on the mixer and let it start whipping up. We basically want it to get fluffy. This is what it looks like right now. It's just nothingness, right? But this is gonna look really good in a little bit. Where'd you find that info on the donation? Oh, yes. There is a Instagram account. Let me stop filming for a second. I was using my phone to film, but I'm going to find this Instagram account for you. Are you on Instagram? It is, I think it's called Vegans for Palestine. Yes. It's called Vegans for Palestine, if you can see that. And this is where I get all of the information about like what companies that sell that normally that vegans are supporting that are evil. So I hope that helps. And I didn't like double check it or anything like that because this is an account that I trust. So if you want to double check the information, that would be awesome also. Okay, so I'm gonna start filming on this again. Okay, so I decorated my mixer since the last time you've seen me. I decorated it with jellyfish that have eaten cake and ice cream because they have cake and ice cream in their bellies. I don't know if that's their bellies. In their bubbles? All right, let's see if we can get a better shot of this. Okay, that looks good. All right, let's see if you can see. There it is. So it looks kind of lumpy now, but after some time, it'll get better. And this sound is probably annoying. Oh, it also made a little mess over here with itself. So I'm just going to stick that back in. Here, you can have your mess back. I do have a shield thing on this, but I never use it. I probably should. All right, so I'm just going to scoochie that over so we can start on our next step, which is what? I'm consulting with this. We can start sifting the dry ingredients. So when I practiced this recipe a few days ago, I didn't actually sift the dry ingredients. But then I realized there were like chunks of cocoa powder, and I think it probably got them out in the mixer, but whatever, just to be safe. Damn the torpedoes. When you're right, you're right. Okay, so I need a sifter. I'm gonna use this sifter. And then I'm gonna get a mixing bowl. I think I'll get, so I don't need like a super big one because I'm sifting the dry, whisking it, and then putting it into the mixing bowl that is over here that you just saw. So I'm just gonna get a medium one. It's hard and it's pink. Okay, so before I start this, I'm gonna put it back on the scale and I'm gonna start my phone filming again. Okay, we'll start with flour. 358 grams of flour is 2 3/4 cups. Oops! No! Sorry, this wasn't on. So we have to start again. if I'm not making mistakes, am I really me after all? Okay, we're gonna do this again. 358 is what we're going for. What are we parsing? 361. Okay, there's 358. I did better on that one than I did on the sugar. Okay, next is 42 grams of cocoa powder, which, Pichu, you'll be happy to know I am using Fair Trade cocoa powder. This brand is Fair Trade. And we want 42 grams, which is the equivalent of a half of a cup. And all my recipes on my website have, well, not all of them. All of the new recipes that I post have both the cup measurements and the gram measurements. So you can do either one. My old recipes probably still need to be updated. $42. Oops, that was a little bit too much. I also feel like a little bit of too much of cocoa powder is probably not a bad thing, but because I already recipe tested this with the right amount, it's not as important, so I think I'm just gonna leave it. It's only 4 grams over. And then next is black cocoa or Dutch cocoa, which, if you don't know, black cocoa, this is very messy. You don't see what's happening here, but just trust me. This is a mess. I'm making a mess. Black cocoa is Dutch processed cocoa, but it's like extra Dutch processed, so it turns black, and it's what they make Oreo cookies out of. So it has kind of a different flavor. It's this. I'm going to zero this out, and I'm going to clean up my mess a little bit. I should probably be wearing an apron. I'm going to grab an apron. I love sprinkling that all over ice cream. Oh, cocoa powder? This is my brand new apron that I just made out of a jumper that my friend Josie gave me. It's so cute. And it matches my outfit too, so I'm kind of into that. I made the straps extra long so I could bring them in front of me to tie it instead of tying it behind me. It's interesting, there's a category they named pressure targets, non-boycott. I don't know why not just boycott and how they figure pressure but not boycott. Companies in this category are Google, Amazon, Expedia, Disney, Airbnb, and Booking.com. Yeah, does pressure mean that they want us to like tell them to make changes? I wonder if it has to do with how much of a difference it would make if we could convince those companies to not support it. It's interesting. I don't know either. I also know that the reason that Follow Your Heart is, oh, thanks, Michael. Cute, right? I also know the reason Follow Your Heart is in that situation is because they were bought out by a bigger company, which is why I was kind of like telling Steve that I feel like if that's your only option, fine, but like Hellman's Best Foods is a big company, and I just feel like I can't trust big companies anymore. Okay, so I've zeroed this out. Next is black cocoa. I want to make sure I'm still filming, and I am. Okay, so black cocoa is 50 grams. What's funny is it's still a half a cup, but black cocoa, I guess, is heavier. I'm going to show you the difference. That was a little more than I needed, but that's okay. I'm going to show you the difference in the colors, so you can tell the black cocoa is darker than the regular cocoa powder. Also, the alkalinity is a lot different. So you can't like replace one with another when you're doing a recipe because it affects the baking soda. You have to change the amount of baking soda you use. Speaking of baking soda, we're on you next. Your birthday present. Wait, is it your birthday? 1 teaspoon, 6 grams of baking soda. Today is my sister's birthday also. If you want to wish her a happy birthday. she won't hear you because she's probably not watching this because she's very bad at technology. I think the only reason she manages to find YouTube videos is because people repost them on Facebook. I think she only knows how to use Facebook. And then salt, which my butter is actually salted, I think. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Nope, I lied. Oh no, it's there, salt. So if your butter's salted, you don't have to add salt. But I already don't put very much salt in my recipes, like a quarter of the amount of everybody else, pretty much. So I'm just gonna add a wee bit of salt. I'm going for a gram, which is a quarter teaspoon, and there we are. Yours is on the 28th. Oh, okay, cool. So you have a birthday in 2 days, and you want a homemade apron from Vegan Dollhouse for your birthday? So you're a Cancer, like my sister, is that true? After hearing about Disney donating to Israel, I stopped caring about going to their parks. Good, good. I have so many friends who are still going, and every time I see it, it upsets me because I'm like, cool, I guess you care more about that than fucking people dying. And it's very upsetting. And these are vegan friends. I'm just like, okay. And you opted out when some relatives went during the week. Good. You're awesome. That's good. You didn't go to Universal because of Rowling. Good. I was at a friend's house the other day and I saw a Harry Potter wand in their house. And I said, why do you have that? And I was not given an answer. But then later, they asked me like, oh, how did you know that was a Harry Potter wand? It said like Ollivander on it. And I was like, oh, because I read those books a long time ago before I knew that she was transphobic. And they were like, oh, so you're calling me transphobic now? Steve, I was telling you yesterday that I was in a bad mood, and that was one of the reasons I was in a bad mood. So I was dealing with that. And it's just really awesome to have to like deal with people trying to justify themselves or whatever. Like you could just say why you have it. You don't have to like accuse me of accusing you, whatever. So annoying. Why are you so annoying? Why can't everybody be more like animals? Always time for a proper brew. I had 2 coffees today, and I'm doing cold brew only because it's summer and it's hot here in California, so yeah. Okay, no cocoa powder lumps for us. I'll leave that in there. Okay, so I'm going to whisk this so that it's all well mixed. But in the meantime, I think we should take a little gander at how we're doing over here. So let's move that. Let's get a better shot here. And I'm going to just turn it up. So to me, it looks fluffy. Let's see what you think. That's kind of what we want it to look like. So I'm pretty happy with it. The next step is to add the water. So I'm going to do that now. According to the post created by what appears to be very official, they wouldn't have faulted me if I went to the parks. Oh, interesting. I did consider going if wearing a pro-Palestine shirt. Aw, that you decided at the museum. Honestly, I've never really been as into Disney as everyone else. I've been there a few times, like with friends who were going, and I went for Bats Day because it was Bats Day, and I'm like a goth on the inside. But yeah, I don't feel like it's a sacrifice because I don't really want to spend over $100 to go there. I don't think it's $100 worth of entertainment to me. Like I would rather like break that up into chunks and do a few fun things that aren't Disney. It's like a lot of waiting in lines. It's kind of hot. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's whatever. Okay, so I'm putting half a cup of water, which is 113 grams. I already measured this earlier. Just gonna have to take my word for it. Because of the non-boycott pressure status. Oh. Yeah, how are you supposed to apply pressure if you're still supporting them? I just don't get it. Maybe that's why everybody's still cool with going. Okay, that's good. All right, this looks good to me. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so I think we're ready to start adding. Oh, just kidding. I haven't whisked it yet. I think we should whisk it. Just to make sure it's all mixed up really well. I don't think you're even going to be able to see this. Well, one of these days I'll have a better setup. But for now, I'm just going to have to take my word for it. Here, what if I show you? Oh, there we go. Did I spill? A little bit. It's kind of my thing. Not to brag. I'm really good at making a mess. Okay. This is good. Yeah, so Amazon I am boycotting, and it sounds like you're saying that they're just telling you to do the pressure thing. But it's been a challenge, to be honest. Not shopping on Amazon has been a challenge. I've been really proud of myself every time I've managed to do it. I've been shopping on eBay. I've been shopping on Chewy, which is like all the stuff for the dogs. I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job of boycotting Amazon. I do, unfortunately, still have an affiliate partnership with Amazon. So when I get affiliate money, I spend that on Amazon. On things that are hard to find other places, or things that are less expensive to get on Amazon, because that just makes more sense for me. But recently I did this kind of like little hack where I used my Amazon affiliate money to buy something that somebody hired me to do a review on Amazon for, and then they paid me in cash, plus they give me extra for doing the review. So that was like a kind of workaround where I took my affiliate money and turned it into money. So I'm just like trying to be like creative about stuff like that. Okay, we're gonna add this. You've made some custom 90s Disney Castle Pride themed graphics before. Oh, that's very cool. Maybe I'll make a Palestine Disney Castle graphic tee and walk into a Disney store, which reminds me there used to be one in every mall, and now there's only one. Yeah, I guess you're right. I worked one summer only. I used to do this thing where when I was in college, I lived like in my college town during the year, and then I would live at my dad's house over the summer so that I could not have to pay rent. And then when I was at my dad's house, I would just get a summer job like near where he lived. And so I worked for one summer at the Great Mall at like a Disney outlet store with my friend Pam, and that was fun. Also, the throne lists for streamers use Amazon as a source. I don't know what throne list is. Can you tell me about that, Espresso Bean? I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, I think as a source, does that mean that they're like hosting their source code on there, like AWS? Amazon is practically used for damn near every website. Yeah, but I boycott direct usage, certainly. Okay, good. So yeah, when someone asks me about a product that I got on Amazon, like that I have an affiliate for on my website that I bought on Amazon, like I have this like heart dish that's really cool. I'll now send them my affiliate link, but I'll say, if you can find it somewhere else, that would be better than supporting Amazon. But here's the link so that like you have all the information about the product. That way, like I'm kind of like hinting that I'm not super supportive of Amazon, even though I have all of their like links on my website. They're investing 40 billion. Oh, to create new jobs. Well, it could be because they want to take over everything, but let's also discuss the fact that there are stats that say that by a certain year that's coming up soon, they are going to have already exploited our entire US workforce in computer science. So they need to like look somewhere else. Yeah, like they have no choice at this point. You look familiar, Espresso Bean. Hey. Throne is like a big gifts for the streamer site. Oh. Oh, why do they use Amazon for that? They can't use something else? I guess not. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. The simple way to explain it is that Amazon technology is utilized by a lot of different websites. Oh, okay. Yes, that is true. That is very true. So yeah, like a lot of okay, well, I'll give you an example. So remember how I said I'm like trying to not use Amazon, so I'm using Chewy. And Chewy didn't have the poop bags. Every poop bag, by the way, is like says it's biodegradable or bio-friendly. They have these weird words that they're like making up. When you actually look into it, it's only like 35% compostable materials and the rest is plastic. What's the point? Like that's not no. I'm like a no to that. So Chewy didn't have any that were completely compostable. So what I did was I found the company that I would buy the poop bags, the completely compostable poop bags, which is called Give a Shit, on Amazon. And then I just Googled the company and I found them and I was able to order directly from the company. And it actually ended up saving me money. I had to buy like 5 boxes. I have like a year's supply of poop bags or whatever. I had to buy like 5 boxes, but I ended up saving money. They ended up shipping it to me through Amazon. So Amazon is now offering their shipping services to company. And I was like talking to David about it. And I was like I went out of my way to like not support Amazon. And then they ended up hiring Amazon to do the shipping. And he was like, well, whatever, like you're not supporting Amazon. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. Like I'm not, I still did the best that I could. I mean, if they're going to do it, whatever. Amazon has so much variety. So whether you pick something for your dog, your nerd collection, whatever, the link Throne uses is probably from Amazon. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a really good point. Do you think other people know that, or are you just kind of like smart and figured it out? Because I don't know if I would know that necessarily. I don't know if I would have figured it out. Okay, we're putting the dry ingredients in. Sorry for this delay. Okay, so I'm still filming on my phone. That's good. Here they go. I think you can put just half in at a time, but I'm just going to put it all in. Okay. And then I'm going to actually get the shield this time. You probably think I like making a mess by the amount of messes that I make, but I don't actually enjoy it. So I'm going to get the shield and I'll be right back. So this wedding was travel the world themed, and they had flags. Oh. Wait, I have to scroll up so I can see that. They had flags of all the countries. Everyone picked one to wave during the ending of the reception. I didn't see the panel. Oh, no! I picked 3 flags that were the same colors. I wonder if anyone picked up on what I was trying to imply. Only the cool kids picked up on it, I'm sure. Especially you don't want to admit that you're the smart one, huh? That's okay. We all know. We all know that you're the smart one. Cooking, baking, a mess? Never. I know, right? The funny thing is, even when I'm not cooking and baking, I can make a mess. I just have a special skill. I can make a mess anywhere, in any situation. Okay, this is looking good. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So the reason I have it on the low is because you don't want to overwork it. I don't even know if you can see that because it's so dark. Let me see over here. But the shield did work and it kept the mess contained. So I'm just going to lift this now. I think this looks pretty good. I'm going to get a spatula so that I can fold in the chocolate chips. I love this song. I had a birthday party last month because I had a very big milestone birthday. And I've, of course, made my own playlist. I rented out a skating rink and I made my own playlist. And we decorated and we donated all the proceeds to a dog rescue, a pit bull rescue that we foster for, because we've been fostering a pit bull who needs a surgery. And so I've been trying to help raise funds for that. But anyway, so at my party, I kept being like, oh, I love this song. Oh, I love this song. I'm going to go skate. And Izzy was like, yeah, of course you can't just say I love this song. You made the playlist. You love all the songs. So she was making fun of me because I was like, I love the song that I put on here. There are songs that I love more than others of all of the songs that I like. I'm just saying that. There's certain songs you hear and you like can't help but dance, you know? Like you're sitting in your chair and you're doing a little wiggle, or you're in your car driving and you like have to sing along. Whenever I'm in my car driving and I see other people dancing, I get very excited. Or if they're singing or whatever, I'm just like, I love it so much. I love seeing other people be happy with music. Do you refuse to believe the age? I haven't even told you the age that I am. But I know. People were like, why are you lying about your age? I was like, why would I lie and make it up? If I was going to lie, I would make it down. I would make it a lower number, not a higher number. But yes, I get a lot of that people not believing how old I am thing. Very common. And then I just reply that if everyone were vegan, we'd all look below our age. We'd all look younger than we are. Do I have pets? I do. So something you don't know, Pichu, because this is a new development in my life, is that I have a whole nother pet that I did not have before. So I have Macchiato. That's the one that you probably know. She's Macchiato Snores on Instagram, if anyone wants to see how cute she is. Macchiato's been with us for, I don't know, like 7-ish years, maybe 6 years. And she is a rescue that is an unadoptable because she has issues. She doesn't like people or other dogs or children. She wants to eat children, like destroy them. So she's our like forever dog. And then we have our foster dogs, and those change based on, you know, they get adopted out or whatever, and then we get another one. Our current foster dog is called Pudding, and she's really sweet and cute. You can see pictures of her also on Macchiato's Instagram, but she's also at Pit Crew Rescue, if you want to look that up. Pit Crew Sacramento. And what else? We just got a new one. Don't tell anyone. I haven't announced it on social yet. But her name is Kona Coffee, and she's a Dutch Shepherd, I think. You know how when you like adopt dogs from the shelter, you kind of don't really know what their breed is. But I reverse Google image searched her, and the internet seems to think that she's a Dutch Shepherd. And she's very nice. She's the opposite of Macchiato. She loves everyone and everything, and yeah, she's really sweet. If you want to see her, I can bring you in and show you her. I heard you say it at the door to the coffin, and I was like, at the door to the coffin. So if you had 2 of her, would it be double Dutch? Oh my God, I hope so. I used to love double Dutch. I would bring jump ropes with me to go to bars in San Francisco, and I would make people, like random people, like turn them, and I would do jump rope in like the smoking areas outside of bars. Like a crazy person. Okay, so I have this, which is our very rich chocolatey batter, and I'm going to put some chocolate chips in it, but I need to weigh so I don't put too many. How often do you need/use pet sitters? That's a good question. We tend to take Macchiato on most trips with us because not very many people can handle her. She's a lot. So if we go on a road trip, Macchiato comes. If we fly to Spain, obviously she can't come. So that's when we use a pet sitter. So it's usually one time per year, but it's for quite a long time, like a couple weeks. And it's expensive because she's a high needs dog, so she can only stay with certain people, and those are the people who charge like 100 to 150 a night, unfortunately. But we did recently go on a trip where we had her stay with a pet sitter. And where were we for that trip? I can't remember. Wow, my memory's the worst. Okay, so I'm doing chocolate chips next. I'm doing 100 grams. Yes, 100 grams. And we're there already, just like that. Doesn't seem like enough, but I think I'm going to up that for the recipe that goes on the website. But I'm running a little low on chocolate chips at the moment. So we're going to stir this in. We're going to fold this in, as they say, which is like when you just do this motion. Okay, I think that's good. Oh my God, this looks so good. It smells so good. But I can't have any because I'm on a low nickel diet. Damn it. Wham bam 1 gram. What is that? Wham bam 1 gram. All right. Okay. I think we're ready to scoop. Me, who's been pet sitting for fam for years and has been pet sitting for strangers for a month now. I wonder if I can handle her. Yeah, no, you can't. How much do you charge for pet sitting? Just out of curiosity. I'd like to know what the going rate is that we're not able to, that we can't pay because, you know, because that rate is for people who can't handle her. Okay, I want to move some things around to make some space here. Put that there. I think we're done with the mixer. Sorry. How has everyone been doing? Do you have fun summer plans? Do you need Peachy to be your pet sitter while you go on your summer vacations? All right, I'm gonna put this over here. I'm just getting all these things out of the way to make some space. Feeling crowded. Okay, that's better. All right, I'm backing you up. Okay, so I have this tray that has parchment paper on it, and I'm basically just going to fill this tray with scoops of cookie dough. I'm going to make big cookies because these are going to a bake sale, and I want them to be able to make a lot of money. So I'm going to have, they're going to charge $5 for cookies, so the cookie's going to need to be big. I'm going to make 4-inch cookies. Since you're new, you set your rate by looking at who has the lowest rate and making yours $1 less than that. Wait, are you not going to tell us what the rate is? Is this like when someone asks you how much money you make and you like are like, I can't tell you, I'm shy. So when I pet sat, before we had dogs, before we had our own dogs, I would pet sit on rover.com. I don't know if you know that website. And I would charge $35 a night. So there, I told you. Now you can tell me. All right, let me look through here and make sure this is looking okay. Okay, it's not because we're in the sun. So we're going to scoot down. Do you want to join me over here on this side of the counter? Actually, yeah, that's a good angle because then you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Don't forget to hydrate, everyone. Drink your water. Okay, let's get a different angle here. I think that one's good. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to see if I can do it from over here. Okay, actually, this is good. Okay. I'm back. You're on Rover. Okay, cool. You set it at 28. I believe it's always, that's crazy. It must be where you live because in the Bay Area of California, 35 was the lowest anyone was charging. So I did the same thing you did where I charged the lowest. I believe it's always higher on the client's end. Yeah. That makes sense. Are you also doing walks or just pet sitting? Because I remember they did walks also, where you could like go to someone's house and just take their dog for a walk, I think. So when you bake these, you want them to be a lot of inches apart because they get big. But right now we're just freezing this so we can put them in a bag. So I'm going to put them as close together as possible so I can fit all of them. So this is not for baking, but don't worry, I will reuse the parchment paper on Sunday when it's time to bake them. If any of you are available on Sunday, I'm going to be taking these and I'm going to be putting all the s'mores toppings on them and then putting them in the oven, and then you'll get to see what they look like fully baked. If you want to join me for that, I think that would be fun. So when I pet sat on Rover, I had a dog that was sick and it was like puking and I didn't know what to do. And I was like telling the human and they were like not worried about it. And I was like, this is so weird that you're not worried at all that your dog is puking all over the house. And it turned out that the dog like had kennel cough or something that it had gotten from like, but before she was bringing her dog to me, she was bringing it to like a doggy daycare place, I guess. And it got like kennel cough from the doggy daycare. Anyway, that was like, I don't even know if I pet sat much after that. I think I maybe did one German Shepherd after that. But yeah. Check-ins 13, walks 14. Whoa, so wait, you only charge $1 extra for going on a walk versus just like going to their house and seeing how the dog is doing? That's crazy. That feels insane. You must really like going for walks. So yeah, what is involved in a check-in? Are you just like giving them food and water and like playing with them, or how does that work? Do you take them out to the backyard to pee and then give them some pets? I'm curious what a check-in is. I don't think I did check-ins, or maybe they didn't have them then when I was doing it. This was a long time ago when I was doing it. Was it a long time? I'm trying to remember what house I was living in then. Yeah. I feel like it was like multiple houses ago. And I've been in this house for like 5 years, so it was a long time ago, I think. These look so good. And every time I have a piece of dough in my fingers, I want to put it in my mouth, and I have to keep reminding myself not to, which is annoying. I only set my price by look. Yes, I understand how you set your price. You can increase them, yeah. So I guess, yeah, like are you feeling like you're getting a lot of business because your prices are low and you're feeling overwhelmed with the amount of dogs that you're getting? So what I'm doing now is in the same vein of what you're talking about. It's called Sniff Spot. There's actually Sniff Spot, and then I just joined their competitor called Roam a couple of days ago. I haven't been on it very long. But basically, Sniff Spot is where you rent out your backyard to a dog. So somebody will bring their dog to your backyard to play for an hour, and then you get paid for that. And so it's like a private dog park, kind of. That's how they like market it. I'm supposed to be able to get 14, and this is 13. So I'm going to see if I can scrape the rest of this out of here and get one more. So yeah, I've been doing Sniff Spot, and it's pretty good. I made, I think almost 1,000 last summer, but then this summer they started making people have pay a subscription to use the service, which sucks. So now my sales have gone way down. But I charge $20 for one dog for an hour, and if they have a second dog, I think they pay $10 more. But this isn't the amount I get. Like Sniff Spot takes a lot. They take like 35% of your earnings, I think. So if somebody books their dog for an hour, and then I charge an extra $10 if a human is going to swim with them because we have a pool. And so I don't end up actually making that much after they take their fee. But the Roam app is better. It's just like It's not better because it's new, so no one's on it yet. But the Roam app, they only take 15% of your earnings, which is nice. Okay, I'm gonna move this so I can read your comments. These look like no bake ready to eat treats. I mean, yeah, you could. It's delicious and it's vegan, so you can't get sick from eating vegan cookie dough. One of the benefits that you don't even think about. Do you mind sharing? Are all, some, or none of your dogs fed vegan? That's a very good question. So when I buy the food for my dogs, it's vegan. I buy the Halo vegan food. I can show it to you if you want to see it. When David buys the food, he does not buy vegan food. And the fosters eat the food that the rescue provides. So the fosters aren't vegan. But all of the treats are vegan. Basically anything I touch with my hands has to be vegan. I'm very picky about that. And so if I'm feeding the dogs, it has to be vegan. All the treats I'm either making myself or I'm buying the Halo sweet potato treats. Yep. You're fully booked for July. See, you're charging too low. So you need to raise your rates right now, I think, for August, before August. You should be raising your rates right now for everybody that's going to book from this point forward, not to tell you what to do. Okay. Bye, Espresso Bean. Thank you for coming. It was so nice to see you. And I don't approve of you going to meetings. Boo, meetings, boo. I think I'm actually going to get 15 out of this. What did I do differently to get 15 this time? Did I put more chocolate chips in? You guys, I just made this exact same recipe. I didn't change anything. I'm looking at the recipe right now. I didn't change anything. So why? I think I used more chocolate chips this time. That has to be what I did. That's the only thing I can think of. Because last time I swear I only got 14, and now I'm getting 15 cookies. Oops! I made a boo-boo. Sorry. Luckily, it just picked up really easily. It cannot be trusted. All right, what do we think? I don't know. I feel like that one's a little small. All right, I think I might just add a little bit to some of these instead of trying to make a 16th one. Let's see. I'm mushing this in, trying not to drop it on the other cookies like I did last time. I failed. I failed us. Sorry if that was loud for you at home. Okay, we're going to try this again. I'm going to put some of these that look smaller, like this one, back in. Okay. All right, there we go. No! How do I keep doing that over and over? How? I mean, this is not really... One of these is just going to have to be a little bigger, I feel like. All right, let's put that there. Okay, good. Who else can I add to? Maybe this guy? A walk on will be fine. I just want a bit part in your life. All right, I think this is good enough. So they're not exactly even. 15 cookies, this is great. So if they sell these for 5 each, and I still have 14 in the freezer. Do I have 14? Oh no, I have 13 because I made one and fed it to David. All right, so here they are. And now they're going in the freezer. Let's see if I can film that on my phone. There's the freezer. Let's try to get a better shot of the freezer situation. Okay, we'll film it on the phone, and then I don't know if y'all will be able to see. I'm gonna bring you to the freezer so you can see. There's my freezer with my Vegan Dollhouse logo, like a totally normal person. And here's our cookies that are gonna be frozen. All right, that's good. These are the ones that that I made before. So these are all frozen. Once I flash freezed them, I transferred them to this to keep them fresh. And then on Sunday, we'll bake all of them together, hopefully, if I see you. Oh no! Those kind of touched, but that's okay. If I get a client that has a vegan dog, that has vegan dog food, I'd let them have my discounted rate. Oh, that's very sweet. How do you communicate that though? Like, is that, I don't know how you would do that. I'm trying to think of how I would do that on Sniff Spot. The only negative from this awesome experience is handling these stuffs. The humans have them eating. Yeah. I think that would be hard for me too. I must have done it though when I was pet sitting for Rover and just didn't think about it. But now that they're my dogs, now that I'm spending my money on it, I guess that's like another kind of huge part of it. Like if I'm spending my money, I'm not going to buy something that's not vegan. Like when I used to work in an office and my boss would ask me to get him lunch, I would be like, yeah, I'll get you anything as long as it's vegan. But even though it's his money and I'm going, I'm like, I'm not going to make that decision. Like I can't. It's just not something I would do. Okay, we're done for today. So the next things I have to do are I'm going to bake some cinnamon rolls in the air fryer, which I'm also going to be filming, and I'll do that as a live stream on Friday because I have some friends coming over Friday night for a pool party potluck, and so I want to make that for that. And I'm also going to be making some low nickel potato salad that day, which means I need to go get myself some soy-free mayo. So if you want to join me on Friday, and then I'm also going to stream on Sunday for what's on Sunday? Oh yeah, we're going to do these cookies. So we made the cookie dough today, and then we're going to bake it with marshmallows and graham crackers and chocolate chips on top to turn the chocolate cookie dough into s'mores cookies for the bake sale for Only Sunshine. And that's going to be on Sunday. So yeah, and Friday's tomorrow, right? Yeah. So tomorrow maybe you can come back and we'll stream together, and that would be awesome. What month is your once a year thing? You said you'd find yourself getting to pet sitting again. Oh, that's a good question. So that's a good question. We're not going to go this year, I don't think. I think we decided we're not going to go to Spain this year. But usually it's either in the summer or in October. So one of those. I like going right in the middle of summer because here it's really hot. And so I don't feel like I'm giving up anything cool by going places in the summer. And starting around October, November, it starts to get rainy here. And so I'm okay with leaving during those months also, because I don't want to be, it's like not exciting to be here when it's raining all the time. So yeah, so that's usually when we go. Okay. It has been very cool hanging out. I think we should do it again tomorrow. I'm going to try to figure out how to do the schedule stream and then get them to link. I don't know what I did wrong, and I need to figure that out. So I'll try to learn by tomorrow. And hopefully you'll be able to hang out, and I'll see you then. This recipe is going to be on the blog on vegandollhouse.com in a couple of weeks. I don't think anybody has watched this far because it's a 1-hour video, but I will try to edit and put like timestamps in the description on YouTube for people who like want to watch it later. And yes, so thank you for joining, and we'll finish this up in a part 2. Okay.